Testing, testing, testing. One, two, three, testing. Testing, testing, testing. One. It works. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Ronnie Show. So glad you could join us here this afternoon. Yeah, it is Wednesday, middle of the week. Yeah. So hyped. It's the middle of the week because that means I just have 2 more days, 3 more classes left, and then it's on to spring break. So, yeah, very exciting stuff. Really, honestly, it is. So, I can't wait. I need a break. The last 2 days, I have just been so tired and exhausted. Part of it was is that I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, mainly because I don't know, something was going on our floor, and a whole bunch of people were yelling at each other. So that lasted for like an hour. So I don't know what was going on, but I think they were playing some game or whatever. They were gaming or something like that. So I don't know. I'm not a gamer myself, so I wouldn't know personally, but because I had gotten about half an hour of sleep before that, and then that kept me up for about another hour. So, I mean, I still got about 7, which is pretty good, at least for me and for a college student. So, I think I did all right in that department. So, yeah, but yeah, kind of flashing back to last night, tonight, or not last night. Yeah, flashing back to I don't know what I'm saying. See, this is what happens when I'm tired. I don't. I sometimes go off, as most of you know. Um, but last night I decided for the very first time this year to get a Shamrock Shake. So I had one. It just tastes so good. It really honestly does. Although I will say I of course I gave up something for one. I gave up a couple of things, honestly. Actually, honestly, same thing. And I gave up well, in a way, I gave up sweet treats. I gave up sweet treats that I pay for. So that would also help me save some money. And I was doing pretty good at it, actually. I was doing pretty good. And then all of a sudden, March 1st, one of the local ice cream shops here in town opened up, and I love their stuff. So I went there to get one. And then Monday night, as you know, we went through all the hassle of getting my new phone that you know, that I'm looking at right now. And I was like, okay, I need to have something just, get over it because it was a process. Um, and of course, last night I got a Shamrock Shake, so there you go. But that's okay. I gave up a couple of other things, so I don't feel as bad about doing that than some of my others. So good, good, good. And then let's see, what else did I do yesterday? Oh, I had mentioned this, which is why we were on earlier than usual yesterday, is that, as you know, I work for my college's football team as part of their film crew, and of course it's spring ball's coming up, and I guess one of the coaches wanted film of one of their sessions with some of the tight ends. So I did that for about half an hour. Wasn't anything too exciting, just, start and stop, start and stop, start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. So over and over and over and over again. So, I mean, I'm glad that's all I had to do because it made my job really easy. No, I am not. I am not. Trust me, you're not at least you're a lot nicer about it than 99% of people that have asked me that before. So, there's that. Unless you're making assumptions, and you know what they say about making assumptions. So, no, you're good. You're good. Like I said, at least you're nice about it and not like 99% of the people who ask me that. So I appreciate it. Um, but anyway, as I was saying, so it just, I mean, after a while, sure, it can get kind of tedious, but it usually goes by pretty fast. So yeah. Plus, I was out on the field, and usually when I'm out there on the field, those go by way faster than I would be, just doing it from up in the press box, which is my normal job for that. So, although that might switch around this year because we had one guy leave. So, like the main guy that was in charge of everything. So, yeah, we'll just have to see what happens once we get there. So yeah, that was pretty much all I did yesterday was that and get me a Shamrock Shake. Because I have to. I mean, I had to. I'm sorry. I'm sure God will forgive me for that. But yeah, are you in college? Yes, I am. Freshman. um. So yeah, in fact, as I mentioned in the opening, I just have 2 more days left until I'm on spring break. So what? Yay! Guess what? What? Chicken butt? Where in your hair? Why cow pie? I still remember that from my childhood. Ah, Jesus loves you. Yes, he does. He loves everyone, even the people we might not like or we absolutely hate with a passion. So, yeah, can't deny that. You can't really deny that. Um, so let's see. What was I talking about? I don't even remember what I was talking about now. No, it wasn't about that. Oh yeah, spring break. Okay, so I have 2 more days left before I go on to spring break. So that's really exciting stuff. I'm not going anywhere spectacular or anything like that, but I wish I was. I wish I was, but unfortunately, but it's okay. I mean, we're basically. I mean, it's really going to be nice where we are here in the upper Midwest. It's going to be really nice. I think the temperature's not going to go anywhere below 40 degrees at least for the next 10 or so days. So I'm really happy about that. Are you Don Candy's grandson? You know, I gotta be honest, you and like one other person has ever like asked me that because one of my friends did like a personality profile of me in our news reporting and writing class. And as one of his analogies or whatever that he had wrote in, he said something to the effect of, I look like him. And I've seen a picture, obviously, of him, and I'm surprised I don't get that more, to be quite honest with you. I don't know why that is, but, that's just the way it is, I guess. Yeah, I'm surprised I don't get compared to him more, to be quite honest. So, yeah, 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 yeah. And then also yesterday, because obviously we're going on spring break, usually on breaks we like to ramp up the amount of content. Um, Yeah, I knew it was a compliment. You have a great day too. As I was saying, since we're coming up on break, we usually like to ramp up the amount of content we do here on this YouTube channel. And obviously, all of next week, we have all the big conference tournaments for college basketball. So I went through and I kind of have a rough idea on what we're doing. Of course, nothing is official yet. But probably the 4 conferences we'll be broadcasting are the SEC, ACC, Big Ten, and Big 12. Um, whoops, sorry. phone was My phone was already a little crooked, but I wanted to get it to at least be straight. So, um, yeah, so I kind of have written out kind of when all the games are and things like that, if you can kind of tell. Now I just basically all I have to do is just go in and cherry pick basically what games we're gonna do. Which we'll have and that'll also affect the Ronnie show next week because um about half the games are in the afternoon and half are in the evening. So, and of course we're doing this show, later on in the afternoon. So probably if I'm being honest with you, we might only have a Monday episode of the Ronnie show next week and then basically be off for the rest. So, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. Um, so yeah, I'm hopefully by the end of this weekend, when the schedule of the week goes out next week here, um, we'll have that all figured out, obviously. So yeah, 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 yeah. I guess that kind of goes into what my next 24 hours are going to be like before we're right back on here tomorrow. Um, and Honestly, I really don't have anything planned. I do have to do some laundry, so I'll be doing that. And then I have a test. See, that's the thing. Like a lot of my friends, their professors basically like ramped up the amount of, well, I shouldn't say that. There's like a test or a quiz in every single class they have, kind of leading up to spring break. And I only honestly really have one test. Like that's it. Like a couple, because there's like midterm things. We're basically almost at midterm. So that's why. In fact, I think midterm grades are due during spring break. So while we're out partying, all the professors are staying and just entering in midterm grades. So no, but on a serious note, basically all of mine are the week after we come back. So I'm gonna have to do some studying during spring break, and I really don't want to do that. Because if you know me, you know that if we're on break for school or things like that, I do not think a single second about school. I got to be on. In fact, Sunday night when I come back, I'll probably forget that I even have these tests during spring break, and then I'll come back Sunday night and I'm like, oh shit, I have, I got tests I got to study for. Um, so you know what? If it happens, oh well. Oh my goodness. Yeah. um so yeah, I'll be doing all that stuff tonight, and then let's see, tomorrow we're actually going to have two live streams. We'll have, obviously this show we do for the Ronnie show, and then we're going to be broadcasting a game tomorrow night. So, yeah, fun stuff. It'll be an NHL matchup between Buffalo and Pittsburgh tomorrow night. So that'll be exciting. We just had Pittsburgh on Sunday. I thought Vegas would play a little more, but they didn't. So they got shut out. So that'll kind of be interesting. And then, of course, Buffalo is just ever since what, November, December, they have just been probably one of the best, if not the best team in the league. And, this could be the first year in what, 15 years they actually make the postseason. So they're not the laughing stocks of the league anymore, at least not right now, as they have been for the last, well, I would say 15 years, but stuff didn't start hitting the fan till about what, seven ish, almost 8 years ago. So there is that. So yeah, that'll be a fun one tomorrow night. I can't wait to call that. And then let's see, obviously Friday night we've got Musketeers at Cedar Rapids. The Muskies are just 1 point away from clinching the playoff spot. So Friday night obviously was just going to be like a recap, but once I learned that fact yesterday, I was like, oh shoot, we need to broadcast the game. So we'll be doing that Friday night. We'll probably miss about the first period and a half because I'll be working Friday night, but we should be on the air by about 9 o'clock Eastern time, maybe a little after that, 9:05 ish Eastern time on Friday night. So yeah, check the community tab because that's where I post basically like the whole schedule for the whole week and all that fun stuff. So if there's ever a change in the schedule or whatever, that's the number one place to look for it. So yeah, especially when I'm telling you all this now, when I'm not 100% sure on what we're doing. So yeah, although this weekend I pretty much know everything we're doing. That's all pretty much set in stone. It's just next week we gotta figure out what the heck we're doing. Um, and then yeah, Saturday's going to be a lot. We'll just say that. You could check the community tab for that, like I said. So yeah, wow, we're pretty much going to be about perfect in terms of timing. This is only a 15-minute long show. And we're basically right at the 15-minute mark. So yeah, thank you all so much for joining us here this afternoon. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you back here same time, same place tomorrow. So we'll see you then. Bye bye. Although, hang on before I go. Sorry. I'm not sure. We might be a little bit late tomorrow. I don't know. It just kind of depends because I have a meeting to go to. So I'm not sure if we'll be here early or late or whatever. So yeah, there we go. Now we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.